The vast darkness of space stretched endlessly, a silent canvas of infinite possibilities. The USS Defiance emerged from quantum slipstream with a soft shimmer of quantum energy, her massive hull gleaming like a silver titan against the backdrop of distant stars. Captain J. Park stood perfectly still on the bridge, his dark eyes scanning the holographic displays that surrounded him. Elena Kim, the first officer, broke the silence. Her fingers moved swiftly across the quantum interface, translating complex data streams into readable information. "Captain, we're detecting multiple anomalous energy signatures in Sector 9, she reported, her voice steady and professional. The ship's interior hummed with a low, powerful vibration. Advanced sensors probed the surrounding space, mapping out territories that no human vessel had ever explored before. The Defiance was more than just a warship, she was humanity's first true ambassador to the unknown reaches of the galaxy." Han Choi, the chief science officer, adjusted his sensor array. His hands moved with precision, calibrating instruments that could detect the slightest fluctuation in spacetime. "Quantum distortions increasing," he muttered, more to himself than to the crew. "Something's not right." Outside the ship's reinforced windows, space began to change. Subtle ripples appeared like heat waves on a distant desert, but these were happening in the absolute zero of deep space. The crew watched, a mixture of excitement and tension filling the bridge. Captain Park remained calm. He had trained for this moment his entire career. Humanity's first deep space mission wasn't just about exploration, it was about proving that humans could compete in a potentially hostile galactic environment. Every movement, every decision would be critical. The ship's artificial intelligence began running probability calculations. Potential threat scenarios scrolled across secondary screens, each one analyzed and categorized within milliseconds. The AI, nicknamed Aria by the crew, was programmed to make split-second decisions that could mean the difference between survival and destruction. "Multiple unknown vessels detected," Elena announced. Her voice remained neutral, but her hands had already moved to activate defensive protocols. The first alien ships appeared like shadows emerging from a cosmic mist. They were unlike anything humanity had encountered before, organic-looking vessels that seemed to pulse with an internal light, their shapes defying traditional geometric understanding. They moved with a grace that suggested intelligence far beyond mechanical navigation. Captain Park watched carefully. Years of military training had prepared him for this moment. He understood that first contact could go in countless directions, peaceful negotiation or immediate conflict. "Communication channels open," Hyun reported. "They're scanning us. Our quantum signatures are completely new to them." The Defiance represented humanity's most advanced technological achievement. Built in the orbital shipyards of Europa, she incorporated technologies that were decades ahead of any existing human or alien design. Quantum shielding, plasma-based propulsion, and adaptive weapon systems made her more than just a warship, she was a statement of human potential. Alien ships began to cluster around the Defiance, their movements calculated and precise. They seemed both curious and cautious, like predators studying an unknown species. The quantum energy readings suggested they were gathering information, probing for weaknesses. "Hold position," Captain Park commanded. "No aggressive moves." Aria's holographic representation flickered to life, a translucent blue figure that seemed to float just above the main console. "Calculating interaction probabilities," the AI reported. "Current chance of peaceful communication, 62.7%. The crew knew what those numbers meant. They were balanced on the knife's edge of potential first contact, a moment that could define humanity's future in the galactic community. Space seemed to hold its breath. The alien vessels continued their careful approach, their bizarre organic shapes moving with an almost living intelligence. The USS Defiance remained steady, a solid, technological monument representing an entire species' hope and ambition. Captain J. Park watched and waited. Humanity's first true test was about to begin. The alien communication array buzzed with strange frequencies. Captain J. Park watched the holographic displays as unusual symbols and wave patterns danced across the screens. Elena Kim worked frantically, attempting to decode the incoming transmission. "Their language is complex," Hyun Choi muttered, fingers moving across multiple quantum translation interfaces. Computational matrices are struggling to understand basic communication structures. The alien fleet surrounded the USS Defiance in a perfect geometric formation. Their ships looked like living organisms, pulsing with internal energy, shifting colors that human eyes could barely comprehend. Each vessel seemed to breathe and move with an intelligence beyond traditional mechanical design. Aria, the ship's artificial intelligence, began processing communication algorithms at lightning speed. Quantum processors worked to break down linguistic patterns, searching for any possible point of mutual understanding. Incoming transmission, Elena announced. Her voice was calm, but a slight tremor revealed her underlying tension. The alien message arrived in bursts of complex energy signatures. At first, it seemed incomprehensible, a mix of mathematical equations, visual representations, and sound waves that didn't follow any known communication protocol. Captain Park studied the incoming data. His military training had prepared him for numerous scenarios, but this was entirely unprecedented. First contact wasn't just about communication. It was about establishing humanity's presence in a potentially hostile galactic environment. Suddenly, Aria's holographic representation flickered. Translation partial, the AI reported. Detecting communication intent. The alien transmission began to resolve into something resembling language. Fragments of meaning emerged, concepts of territorial space, questions about human origin, and a clear sense of cautious inquiry. They want to know our purpose, Hyun translated. They're asking why we've entered their spatial jurisdiction. Captain Park stepped forward. Every movement, every word would be crucial. Humanity's entire future might depend on this single interaction. Prepare standard first contact protocol, he commanded. We present ourselves as explorers, not conquerors. Elena activated the communication array. The USS Defiance's transmission systems hummed with quantum energy, preparing to send humanity's first official message to an alien civilization. The alien fleet seemed to pause. Their organic ships shifted colors, from deep blues to vibrant greens, a potential sign of emotional or computational response. Each vessel moved with a synchronized intelligence that suggested a collective consciousness. Transmission ready, Elena reported. Captain Park's message was simple and direct: we are humans from planet Earth. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and understanding. Our intentions are exploratory. The moment stretched into eternity. Space itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for a response. The alien fleet's reaction was immediate and unexpected. Their ships began to pulse with intense energy, creating complex light patterns that suggested both curiosity and potential threat. Mathematical equations and visual representations swirled around the USS Defiance, a communication method so advanced it challenged human comprehension. Han Choi's systems worked overtime. They're not just communicating, he explained. They're analyzing us at a fundamental level. Our quantum signatures, our technological capabilities, our very biological composition. Aria processed the incoming data. Probability of peaceful interaction, 57.3% and rising, the AI reported. Captain Park remained calm. He understood that this moment represented more than just a military or scientific encounter. This was humanity's first true step into a larger, more complex galactic community. The alien transmission continued, a complex dance of energy, mathematics, and visual representations that pushed the boundaries of human understanding. Each pulse, each wave of energy, carried potential meanings that could take years to fully comprehend. They're waiting for our complete response, Elena whispered. Space around the USS Defiance continued to shimmer with potential, a canvas of infinite possibilities, where humanity's first true conversation with an alien civilization was about to unfold. Captain J. Park watched and waited, representing an entire species' hope, curiosity, and potential. The alien fleet suddenly changed formation. Their organic ships began to align in a perfect attack pattern, weapons systems charging with an intense blue-green energy. Captain J. Park watched carefully, his hands resting lightly on the command console. Weapons charging, Elena Kim reported. Her voice was steady, professional. Multiple targeting systems are now active on alien vessels. Hyun Choi's sensors detected the building energy. They're preparing to attack, he said quietly. Quantum weapon signatures are increasing exponentially. The first wave of alien weapons fired brilliant streams of energy that would have destroyed any known human spacecraft. But the USS Defiance was not an ordinary ship. Her quantum shields activated automatically, a shimmering membrane of pure defensive technology. The alien weapons struck the Defiance's shields. Instead of causing damage, the energy was absorbed, transformed, and redirected. It was like watching water splash against an invisible wall, then slide harmlessly away. Shield integrity at 99.8%, Aria reported. The AI's holographic representation showed no emotion, just pure computational precision. Captain Park remained calm. This was a demonstration, not just of defensive capability, but of humanity's technological evolution. Each moment was a message to the alien fleet: humans were not to be underestimated. The alien ships continued their attack. Wave after wave of advanced weaponry crashed against the Defiance's shields. Each impact created beautiful patterns of light and energy, a cosmic dance of destruction that failed to penetrate. Hyun's systems tracked the alien weapon signatures. Fascinating, he muttered. Their technology is advanced, but our quantum adaptation is superior. Elena's fingers moved across the control panel. Defensive protocols are running at minimal energy consumption, she reported. The ship was barely working to defend itself. Suddenly, Captain Park made a decision. Demonstrate minimal response, he commanded. The Defiance's weapon systems activated. But instead of destroying the alien ships, the quantum pulses simply disabled their weapon capabilities. Each alien vessel went dark, not destroyed, but completely neutralized. It was a surgical display of power. The message was clear: humanity could annihilate the entire fleet, but chose not to. Precision. Control. Restraint. The alien ships hung motionless in space. Their organic structures seemed to pulse with confusion and a new emotion that might have been respect. Aria calculated the encounter. Conflict resolved with 0.02% energy expenditure, the AI reported. Minimum damage. Maximum effect. Hyun studied the data streams. They're scanning us, he said. Analyzing every aspect of our defensive capabilities. Captain Park understood the deeper strategy. This wasn't just about winning a potential conflict. It was about establishing humanity's place in the galactic community. A demonstration of power balanced with clear peaceful intentions. The alien fleet remained frozen. Their collective consciousness was processing the encounter, trying to understand this new species that had so effortlessly neutralized their attack. Communication channels remain open, Elena reported. Space around the USS Defiance continued to shimmer. The encounter had changed everything. Humanity had just shown that they were not a species to be challenged lightly. Captain J. Park watched the alien fleet, waiting for their next move. In this moment, he represented humanity's potential technological superiority combined with a choice for peaceful resolution. The universe watched and waited. The diplomatic chamber was unlike anything humans had seen before. Floating platforms of crystalline material suspended in a zero-gravity environment, with representatives from multiple alien civilizations watching the USS Defiance's delegation with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. Captain J. Park stood at the center, his white diplomatic uniform crisp and precise. Elena Kim and Hyun Choi flanked him, each representing different aspects of human capability, military precision, scientific understanding, and diplomatic strategy. The Galactic Confederation's primary representative, a being named Coral Vex, moved with fluid grace. Its body seemed to shift between solid and liquid states, reflecting complex emotional responses that human technology could barely comprehend. Explain your sudden appearance, Coral Vex demanded. The translation systems worked perfectly, converting complex alien language into clear human communication. Captain Park remained calm. We are explorers, he responded. Humanity has developed quantum slipstream technology that allows us to travel vast distances. We seek knowledge, not conflict. The other alien representatives studied the human delegation. Their scanning technologies probe every aspect of the human presence, analyzing biological signatures, detecting potential threats, measuring technological capabilities. Aria, the ship's artificial intelligence, processed multiple communication streams simultaneously. The AI tracked linguistic nuances, potential diplomatic strategies, and calculated interaction probabilities in real time. Hyun Choi presented scientific data, detailed information about human technological achievements, space exploration history, and peaceful intentions. Each slide demonstrated humanity's rapid technological evolution. Your defensive capabilities during our initial encounter were unexpected, another alien representative stated. Its voice carried a tone that suggested both respect and underlying tension. Elena Kim stepped forward. We believe in peaceful resolution, she explained. Our technologies are advanced, but our primary goal is understanding and cooperation. The diplomatic chamber shifted. Holographic displays emerged, showing humanity's technological progression. From early rocket technology to quantum slipstream travel, the presentation demonstrated humanity's incredible adaptability. Coral Vex studied the information carefully. The alien's body continued to shift, reflecting internal computational processes. You appeared suddenly. No previous records. No known developmental trajectory. Captain Park understood the underlying question. Humanity had emerged as a technological force without following expected galactic developmental patterns. We developed in isolation, Park explained. Our technological growth was independent, focused, driven by collective human potential. The alien representatives consulted internal communication networks. Complex mathematical equations and quantum data streams exchanged information faster than human minds could comprehend. Aria continued processing. Diplomatic interaction probability, 78.4% positive resolution, the AI reported quietly. Hyun presented scientific collaboration proposals, joint research initiatives, technology exchange programs, potential cooperative space exploration missions. Each proposal was carefully constructed to demonstrate humanity's willingness to integrate. The diplomatic encounter continued. Hours passed, though time seemed fluid in the zero-gravity chamber. Each moment was a delicate dance of information, potential, and careful negotiation. Captain J. Park represented more than just a military delegation. He represented humanity's potential, a species ready to take its place in a larger, more complex galactic community. The alien representatives listened. They scanned. They calculated. Humanity waited. The universe watched. The Galactic Confederation's central chamber hummed with unprecedented energy. Hundreds of alien representatives from diverse civilizations watched as humanity's official integration process began. The USS Defiance's delegation stood at the center, representing an entire species' remarkable journey. Captain J. Park stepped forward. Behind him, Elena Kim and Hyun Choi represented humanity's scientific and military potential. Their presence alone spoke volumes about human capability. Humanity requests full membership, Park announced. His voice was calm, confident. Coral Vex, the primary diplomatic representative, studied the human delegation. The aliens' quantum sensors detected something extraordinary, a species that had developed independently, without external guidance or intervention. Aria, the ship's artificial intelligence, processed complex diplomatic algorithms. Interaction probability for successful integration, 86.2%, the AI reported silently. The alien representatives reviewed humanity's technological achievements. Quantum slipstream technology, advanced defensive systems, and unprecedented adaptive capabilities challenged everything they understood about species development. Holographic displays showed humanity's rapid evolution. From primitive terrestrial civilization to advanced spacefaring culture in just a few centuries, a progression that defied typical galactic developmental patterns. Your emergence is unexpected, one alien representative stated. Its translation system struggled to capture the complexity of the observation. Hyun Choi presented scientific data. Detailed research showed humanity's unique approach to technological development, collaborative, innovative, driven by collective potential rather than individual limitations. The chamber shifted. Quantum energy fields flickered, reflecting the complex computational processes happening simultaneously across multiple alien communication networks. "We offer cooperation, not conquest," Captain Park explained. Each word was carefully chosen, representing humanity's diplomatic intentions. Elena Kim demonstrated human communication protocols showing flexibility, adaptability, and a genuine desire for mutual understanding. Her presentation revealed a species capable of complex emotional and intellectual interaction. The alien representatives consulted their internal network. Mathematical equations and quantum data streams exchanged information faster than human minds could comprehend. Suddenly, something unprecedented happened. The Galactic Confederation's primary council made a decision that would change galactic dynamics forever. "Humanity is granted full membership," Coral Vex announced. With advanced observer status. The chamber erupted in a complex display of energy signatures, alien representations of approval, curiosity, and potential excitement. Captain Park understood the deeper significance. This wasn't just a diplomatic achievement. This moment represented humanity's official entry into a larger, more complex universal community. Arya calculated the historical importance. Probability of positive long-term galactic interaction, 92.7%, the AI reported. The USS Defiance's delegation represented more than just a military or scientific team. They were ambassadors of human potential, a species ready to collaborate, explore, and contribute to a broader universal understanding. Han Choi's scientific proposals for joint research initiatives were already being processed. Potential technology exchanges, cooperative space exploration missions, and collaborative scientific research promised exciting future developments. Elena Kim observed the alien representatives. Their quantum sensory systems continued scanning the human delegation, detecting layers of complexity that challenged their existing understanding of intelligent species. Captain J. Park stood perfectly still. In this moment, he represented humanity's collective hope, potential, and desire for peaceful universal exploration. The Galactic Confederation's chamber continued to hum with energy. Alien representatives from diverse civilizations processed the remarkable event, humanity's official integration into a larger, more complex galactic community. A new paradigm had begun. The universe watched and waited. Humanity had arrived.